around tornadoes, but I've never seen a funnel cloud itself.
We saw a dust devil last night, but we also saw a tornado of bats, which was awesome.
Of what?
Bats.
Oh, wow.
We went to the Bracken Cave, which is apparently the largest bat colony in the entire world. There's 20 million bats came out. It's a lot of bats. There's a lot of bats. We didn't get pooped on, but like you could hear, like it felt like rain. It sounded like rain hitting the water, like the wings flapping.
Yeah.
It was, and just like it was, and then so sundown approaches. Tornado of bats comes out, and as soon as like the main group comes out, like 4 hawks come just like screeching
in.
No! Like, boom! Okay, we got dinner, boys. Let's go.
It's a buffet.
It was a lot.
There
are
a
lot of bats.
Also snakes that sit outside the entrance of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's some that hit the cacti, so it's just like fucking nature documentary.
We had some relatives in town, and we went and did like the Congress Bridge bat thing where you go on a boat and you're actually like on the river.
Yeah.
And people don't realize as you feel little driplets on you, it's like,
You've been.
Did you really think a swarm of bats was going to fly over you and you weren't going to get pooped on?
Apparently, these ones poop in the cave, and then they don't poop when they come out.
Well, but when the purple martins are in town, people will all be out in the parking lot with their umbrellas. But the really hardcore birders are like, I don't mind.
I'll take the poop.
It's like,
standing,
I was like, I do mind. I just gonna have this umbrella.
Well, birds are doing like the bat poop. You don't. It's like it is literally like droplets of liquid. It's not like, oh god, there's a splotch on your arm like a.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, this is a constant stream of stuff
of just liquid guano.
In the 19th century, this would have been like gold.
I know.
Yeah.
People would literally murder each other for claims to bat mines.
I always wondered why only certain animals get special words for their poop, like guano, and everyone else just gets poop shit. You don't get special poop.
How much it costs?
Yeah.
That's why I still push. I still think that the phrase. I still think the phrase "batshit crazy" needs to be replaced with "guano loco" because that's just way better.
Oh, fair.
Pretty good one.
Also, we're not streaming yet, are we?
We are streaming, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Also, the gate was closed.
Okay, the best part of the story that the Bat Conservation International must never know.
Oh, okay.
Is that the gate was closed when we got there, and we were like, oh, I guess
because we showed up like half an hour late, and they're like, we do not open the gate for latecomers. I was like, well, some of these latecomers.
Mark Major faced with a closed gate, you might imagine.
There was a little
time to turn around and go back home.
There was a little key hole on the pad, but there was a key broken off in it, or like a key stopper, so you couldn't pick it. Otherwise, I would have just picked it. But instead, I looked up all the stuff about it on the internet and tried like the year it was founded, the current year, the number of acres, and Okay, let's go in.
Are you shitting me? You did a TV hack?
I did.
Well,
it took like 5 minutes.
Like TV hacks are never that reasonable, in my opinion. I wish TV hacks were like, okay, what are the 5 things they probably use for their pin? Let's try those and 1111 because that's
I tried that when it did not work.
Well, yeah,
I'm just amazed because like every time I see that on a show, I always scoff and go like, that would never fucking work. And then like Mark literally just did it for real.
1458. 1458. It's the number of acres in the preserve.
and I can't believe that actually worked.
Me neither, but it did. It was really
I know.
Cool.
I was like, we are not going to see bats tonight.
There was
and then we got in, and the ranger was like, "Oh, how did you get in?" Like, the gate was open. Technically true.
I mean,
after you put the code in.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, there was some data breach of pins at one point, and like a quarter of them were either 1111 or 1234.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
so many
people are not.
People do not give a fuck.
Yeah.
normal
like,
people, but usually in a show, it's usually like a government installation or something. Those
Yeah,
people
yeah,
are
yeah.
usually
Yeah,
a
but-
little more.
You
But-
would hope.
That's when
But
you
a
like
lot of
plug in your laptop.
government
and-
installations are staffed by normal people.
It's
That's
true.
It's true.
There's only
And it's
like
true.
it is funny. I was just thinking about like it's like, oh, I guess like most people just take the same way every day, right? They don't think about like whether they're being trailed by someone or
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
Mhm.
setting up patterns in their life that could be exploited.
Most
Or
people
like
don't.
reporting their daily run on an app that eventually leads to their assassination.
Mhm.
That happened in Russia.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Russian general who was posting to Strata his daily run.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
with
There,
GPS
there was
app.
I was like, maybe 2 years ago, there was an article in one of the big papers about they had gotten like a batch of like a few million cell
Mm.
phone, like just the location records from like
I think,
DC.
yeah, I know this one.
And there's like, oh, this person keeps going back and forth from this house to this government office. And okay, cool. So we know who that is, and we know what that is,
Yeah.
and now we know where his kids go. And like, oh,
Yeah,
he went off to the strip bar with us one time. Weird.
I think, yeah, that might have been the same one where they had just timestamps and locations.
Yeah,
They
that's
like
the one.
did a test set of 4 timestamps and locations, completely anonymous, and they identified like more than half of the people
Yeah,
just off of
they
that.
they use that for what is it? There's a data company that does that for emergency stuff.
Mm.
It's pretty cool, but also like, yeah, terrifying in the wrong hands.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I try to be cautious about security stuff, but also
Yeah,
if someone wants to find me, they're going to find me. So
I'm going to slow down somebody who's not very smart or determined.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people in the world who are not
Yeah,
very
that-
smart or determined.
yeah.
Right.
But if someone wants to get me, they're going to get me. So
I also understand how like TV shows have to, abridge stuff for time because you can't
Mm.
have a scene of somebody like trying codes for 5 minutes on a TV show. But still, it
Challenge
makes.
accepted.
But still, it always makes me laugh. It's just like, is it his birthday? No. Is it the day they got married? No. Is it his daughter's name? Aha! And it's always like the third track.
Yeah. Rule of
rule of
threes.
threes. Yep. Oh.
Is it the default admin password installed with the software?
It is. That's how I got into. There was a
That's what I want to see on television.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
in one of the office buildings I worked at, one of the last office buildings I worked at, there was a pool on top, and we figured out how to get to the roof, but we couldn't get into the gated area. I was like, okay, what's the model of that gate? What's the bring up the thing? Okay, here's the default pass. Yep, cool. We're into the pool. All right.
I do
Listen,
like that I've
don't
seen
care.
it does seem like modern stuff now, default passwords are still hard. Like I know like our AT&T router at home
Mm.
Oh yeah.
is not just
One, two,
Linksys
three,
1, 2,
four.
3, whatever. It is its own
Yeah.
unique to that router string of letters, numbers, blah blah, etc. So at least they've
Yeah.
gotten better about quote unquote default passwords.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do remember back when like Linksys routers all came with the same default password unless you
Yep.
changed it.
Webcams too. Turns
Mm.
out there's a lot of those that
Yeah.
you can look at.
Oof. Yeah, I
Yeah.
really should close this up well, I do have my little privacy thing on it, but I do close it up not for security concerns, just because if I accidentally log into some work meeting where I don't see video, I don't want to accidentally show video.
Yeah. Hey, you want to play a game?
Oh yeah.
Oh, defy those gods.
Let's defy some gods. Brief recap of last week. We started off with the ghosts streaming out of the rift that Urtu cut in reality, and Hay thought they were spirits, I guess, while they're hanging out there with the bud. Ampix Ampix told them they're not real, I think. Ampix delivered himself and Urtu out of the temple with deliverance, got the big snake transport over to the boat, and Hay's friend got dunked into the bay by spirits. Hay called the dolphins to get it out, and then the dolphins were like, hey, let's go, and they did. So that's cool. My note says Solon is getting fucked with, uses sorcery to turn into a parrot. Ertu tries to soothe Parrot Solon, winds up yelling at him instead. Ertu
Oh
just
yeah,
murdered a lot of ghosts
Just a
because Ertu is
beefy
also
guy
ghosts.
yelling at a parrot.
I'd have heard that whole session was just like the running gag of what does
Like-
this look like to an average Urubati?
Just like we
Uh,
have a whole the episode right after that one was just someone watching these things. Ampix just disappeared into thin. Okay.
Okay, I guess I'll come back.
At least
Ertu
the
along
animal
cleaving
abuse has stopped.
cleaving his way through the ghosts, like murdered a lot of people who were already dead.
Oh yeah.
Can't murder people who are already dead.
Well, you managed it.
But you did. Somehow you
Uh,
did.
That's
And
what
then
we in the army
also-
call overkill.
Wound up fighting your brother, who in the course of the fight turned into a giant 6-armed, like took 2 ghosts and Crystal Gem merged with them and was a monster. Then you talked him down. Solon used Mighty Hand to grab Donatoth, who had right. I think Ampix accidentally summoned Donatoth to help out with by beseeching the heart of Rook.
Yeah.
The necromancer came out of the bay on a tower of skulls, holding the heart of Rook, which was great. So much that big bad is gone now, because Solon used Mighty Hand to grab the heart, and he turned into a giant raven, and Solon summoned a bunch of skeleton turkeys, and they picked him apart, and he got slam dunked into the bay.
Oh god, every bird skeleton from the feast.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then Ampix used the little tambourine thing to transport himself and the heart of Rook out of there, and wound up going to the place where that chest was originally. So that's cool. And I think that's where we left. Solon did a ritual to basically get rid of all the ghosts and also bring Ertu and his brother back. Ertu is still a giant monster with 6 arms. So
No, not me. That was my brother.
I mean, yeah, Esan. And he got back together with his lady friend who kissed Ertu while he
Oh
was
no, that's
gone.
gonna be awkward.
It'll
So,
be fine. It'll be fine.
we'll see how that
Everything's
goes.
fine.
And yeah, last thing was Ampix being approached by a shadowy figure that came out of a mirror in the, I'm just calling it the library now, but I don't know what it's called yet, and asked him what he had to trade. And that's the
So
end of that
now
adventure.
we'll be having a separate game night that's just Mark and Ben on a solo game.
Yeah, I get one with Ben. I get
Oh,
one with Nick, and then
Sort of like a solo journaling game where you're just wandering through a giant
Yeah, we're-
library market.
yeah,
I think
just
we're
keep
all going to
drawing
breakout
cards,
rooms.
and you describe different rooms. Yeah.
This time we're all going to breakout rooms and doing our own adventures. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see, hey, fuck up some humans.
Let's choose your own adventure. Yeah.
That would be. Then you come back and be like, "Oh yeah, what have you been up to?" Like, "Oh, I murdered a city."
Welcome to
I'm
the
no
Magic
longer
Moves,
allowed.
Alcira. Welcome,
Yeah, I
Defy.
mean, we
Welcome,
started
Caleb.
out like the
Welcome,
Avengers,
Brooks.
and then we each get our own movies now.
Yeah. Oh, no. I like the idea of like coming back and like the camera zooms around and like, hey, of course, is like covered in human blood, and then we zoom to Solon, who's a parrot. It's like, it's a living.
Yeah. I think Solon, if you wish, you don't have to cast the spell again during downtime to turn back into a human. I think that's just for so you don't just pop back and forth in combat or whatever.
Now I'm a man. Now I'm a
Boom,
man.
boom, boom, boom. But that adventure is over, and you got paid. You got a couple of gold there to spend.
I forgot there's
Yeah.
money in this game.
Yeah, Solon hooked you up. You got 2 bags of gold
Oh well, I didn't get paid. I got paid with experience and exposure
and blood.
and blood.
Like,
Cool. So the downtime, look at your character sheets and look under the under your XP section, right above the curses, there's a downtime section. Pick one of those and we'll do that, and then we'll talk about what it looks like. So let's just go left to right. Let's start with Ertu. So you can choose between adventures. Do you serve as a mercenary or hired muscle?
Oh, yeah.
Do you use a training ground, or do you carouse?
Oh, downtime. There we go.
Ca-
Under the
Can you tell
moves.
us again where it is?
Row 44
Yeah,
And
above the
moves?
curses,
in characters.
characters.
I was trying to figure out what sheet we're on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Mm,
And you are human again, so you can do any of those things. Or you're
Oh, sure.
flesh again.
I'm still confused about like is my downtime training ground the same as the training ground we use that can affect rolls during the game? Or those two different
I'm not
things?
clear on it. I'm kind of leaning toward because you used up the training ground. So
Right.
all those things that you can buy, they go away at the
Right.
end of the adventure. So I'm gonna call that a narrative training ground and not a mechanical training ground. So if you have a place where you want to train,
Right.
you will use that.
So it's not like if we use the training ground to alter a roll, I get an XP. This is a whole
Right.
separate, like, during my downtime, I go train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's do that because that'll level me up and that'll be fun.
Ooh, yeah. So what does your training ground in Urabad look like? And how do you do that?
Well, since we have some downtime, could I have conceivably gone back to our former lair?
Yeah, for sure.
Because we said I had a training ground there. So I kind of figured I'm sort of like, I was furious. I'm hurt by Hayes' betrayal. My brothers came back from the dead and got back together with his wife, who I was secretly in love with. I think I was going to go back.
Bad day.
I think I'm just going to go back alone to our lair and take it out on some training dummies
Punch some
Put
coconuts.
iron.
Yeah.
Whoa.
by myself. I need some alone time in the training ground.
Gotta punch my coconuts.
Exactly.
Cool. Go ahead and mark that XP, and that will
just gonna
get
clear
you
it.
an advance.
Yeah, buddy.
When you fill up your XP track, take an advantage, +1 to an approach, or a new playbook move. So let you think on that while we do our other downtimes. Sorcerer, that is so long. Your downtimes, choose one. Well, clear all your moods.
I have no moods to clear.
Yep. Oh yeah, and sword also clear all your moods. Solon, if you dive into your occult research, mark 2 XP, mark 1 curse, and add 1 renown to the party sheet. Or if you seek human companionship, grows, clear 1 curse.
Well, I have no curses, so
there you go.
I suppose occult research it is.
So mark 2 XP, mark the curse, and I'll throw the renown on.
Oh, sorry, I just added renown to the
cool.
party.
You got it. And renown is kind of like party XP.
It looks like we can do fun stuff when we go up a tier.
You can do fun stuff when you go up a tier, yeah. Boy, law is hurting right now. So you're at
law and piety are in
we do not choose law or religion.
So what does diving into your research look like?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it's probably, judging from this person's personality, it was probably like trying to figure out how Domitov did the giant raven attack. Or maybe how he was doing the perspective things about how he was far away but seemed to move very close when he needed to.
And you have a little thing like that now because of your doom, right?
Yeah, that's true. So that's probably also interesting on those grounds. So I imagine that we could see, like, from a distance, we see Solon kind of flipping back and forth and looking around puzzled. And then, but it's probably always like a cat that has some sort of accident. Like if he notices somebody is watching him, he sort of carries himself like, oh yes, of course.
Are you doing back at the den as well?
I think so, yeah.
Cool. Sweet. Our vessel Ampix, clear all your moods. Do you commune with your god? Do you use a training ground? Or do you seek human companionship?
Are we going to say that whatever happened in the library we'll deal with at some point.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and you're still in the library.
Oh,
But
okay.
we can figure out
Yeah.
whichever one you mean, whichever one
Yeah.
you choose means in there.
Okay. I'm just I feel like communing with my God. I mean, maybe just because like I feel like a lot of my downtime is going to be like in the library and like, but like at some point I'm going to walk out of a door into our atoll and just be like, oh, hey guys. So funny thing, we are all owned by a bat god now. Yes, so I'm going to commune with my God.
Yeah, and what does that look like in the library?
Well, what does that look like in the library? I imagine that in Ampex's memory, it literally, like if someone asks, I'll be like, oh yeah, like we talked, we read books, we sang songs, we had sex, like all this. And then like if someone has like a scrying crystal and like looks at it, like Ampex is just like staring into mirrors all day.
Nice.
Something like that.
Cool. Take your XP and mark your curse. Oh, does that levels you up and gives you a doom? Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So how does that doom change Ampex? You've kind of like dove into the immortal glory of your gods, and it left a mark on you somehow. What does that look like?
I mean, well, should we go? I want to like go classic and like I now have a forked tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
So
Yes,
with curses,
you do.
Did you clear all your curses when you check a doom?
Yeah. So it's kind of like your XP track or whatever else.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I thought it was like contiguous. So then, like once you filled it all up, then you went into doom and kept going into doom.
Oh no!
Yeah. Oh no! Yeah. Whew, that would be real bad. That would be very, very bad. That would be a short.
Not nearly as
game.
bad as I thought it was.
I'm sure we would play much more cautiously then.
Yeah, that's how that would change that.
Well, you just helped me decide what I'm doing.
So you take an advanced +1 to approach or take a new playbook move, and we'll come back to you. Let's see what you decide there. And our wolfling, hey, your downtime things are you can return to the wilds to get XP and a curse.
I think that narratively makes the most sense.
You're not going to lend your skills to civilized people.
I know. You
can
or
also
studying how to become civilized. Yeah.
You can also clear your moods, right?
Yeah, clear all your moods when you.
Okay, because I've almost collected them all.
Catch them all.
Catch them all. I think at this point I'm not helping civilized people. So I have returned to the wilds. I'll mark 2 XP and 1 curse.
And your curse is you have a shameful longing for a human family you'll never know. Oh,
yeah, that makes sense.
Cool.
All of this tracks.
Or 2, what advance did you take?
I can take any of the yellow ones if I wanted to as well, right?
Yes, yeah. You just can't start with those.
Yeah, they're good too. But I think I'm gonna take. Oh man, so hard. I'm gonna take drink deep.
Ooh. When you spend a night indulging in wine, meet lovers, or songs, say who else among comes with you, roll plus your chose approach on a full success, clear all your moods and get a heart with each other. On a monster success, clear all your moods, but leave wreckage in your wake.
Also, wow. I see no
good.
downside to this.
These are all really good. On a miss, mark another mood and lose a heart. Night has gone wrong, and all that remains is the hangover. Cool. Ampix, what is your advance?
I'm taking the Doom move, favored one, Beyond Harm.
Ooh.
When you let yourself be your god's cherished pet, mark 1 curse to unmark 1 mood, and transfer it to another character.
Oh,
If it's a
wow.
PC,
Oh,
if it's a PC, they must agree to take on your suffering.
I
ooh,
love
boy.
Ampix so much because all of Ampix's moves are just like, I don't want to be in trouble anymore.
I do
You
like
take it.
so like also I like my attack move smite will
Mhm.
blast or transform the land, or I think
Yeah.
you know what, I think I'm gonna take an advance. I'm gonna up my otherworldly,
Cool. That makes
or
sense.
yeah, I feel like that's the most sensible,
Awesome.
or narrative. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So that is our downtime there. For the other part, let me look at the rules here. So we clear out all the special, what do they call them? Upkeep things in the party page. Party page. But you use them also. We're not clearing anything, so that's great. You drunk it dry.
Yeah.
Use whatever coin you have to pay for up to 3 resources on the party sheet, putting as much coin as you want into those 3 resources. And you cannot hold on to coin between adventures. So spend them, smoke if you got them.
If you got it.
Anything that you don't spend automatically goes to ample food and wine.
Wait,
Ooh.
ample food
We
and
need
wine.
that. We need that for Ur2.
If we spend 1, we can change the success band of a roll. That
Mhm.
relies on strong bodies and good morale.
Yeah.
So we could shift a monstrous down to a regular.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
How much coin?
Regular
How much
up to a
coin do we have?
You made 2 coin for
Coin.
saving the city, or from no,
For
what did
taking care
they?
of Donut
No, for taking care of Donatoth. Yeah, the city was a
Yeah.
freebie.
City hasn't given us shit.
Yeah, that's fair though.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
The city hasn't charged us anything for
We
what
kind of
we've been
broke
doing.
even with the city.
Yeah.
Number of destructions versus number of savings.
Not gotten the bill yet.
Secure
I
den,
mean-
ship, creature comforts, find gear, library, training ground, and food and wine. What do we like?
How does secure din play into the game?
If your den is attacked somehow,
Hmm.
yeah.
Mm,
I don't see why anyone would want to attack us.
We're just these nice
VPN is
people.
acting up. So.
I mean, some of these, from a storytelling point, obviously, but it's hard for me not to metagame and be like, why the fuck would we spend one of our coin on creature
Defending.
comforts? What are we gonna do with that? Sit around and talk about how we love
There
our
we are.
candles?
There we are.
Yeah. Ample food and wine seems fun from both the storytelling and metagaming perspective, though. I don't know why that's the dump extra coin. Why that's the dump stat.
I know, right?
Gotta go somewhere, I guess.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the fact for the Great Monster thing. It's like, oh well, we made all our money. Oh look, we lost all our money.
Yeah.
I just feel like creature comforts should do something, and I can't see that it really does. So that's weird.
Well, maybe that could be kind of up to Mark too.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's fictional positioning as well. So if you're
If only you had a glass of wine right now.
if you're like trying to impress some noble or something, like that's probably
Okay.
gonna allow you to do that instead of
We are often in that position.
I'll be like, ooh, look at your fine silks and candles.
Murder.
End of conversation.
There's a note at the bottom of the party page.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I should come up with some guidelines, but
Oh,
you have
yeah.
a lot of leeway. Helping the city authorities, even nominally illegally, buffs your law. Piety is helping the local cults and their priesthoods in a way that matters to them and that they know about. So, wait, who hired Solon for Donatoth?
The temple of the one that starts
The
with an
harvest thingy.
A. Enor. Yeah, so we should bump up your piety there to
From-
-2
Negative
from
2.
negative.
Yay!
We did it.
Oh yeah, you hate guts.
Mission accomplished.
And I'm gonna bump your blood up because you did kill a bunch of people.
Yeah, most of them already dead. They don't count.
but like permanent killed.
Permanent kill.
I think the wild goes up too.
I don't know why that would be.
That doesn't make
That
any sense. That doesn't sound like us.
That doesn't sound like us.
And yeah, law's gonna go down one because the wild goes up. And
I am the law.
I think the weird is gonna come down because Piety went up.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we should get our weird back
Yeah,
up
we,
this time,
we can
guys.
get that back.
You contained the ghosts this time.
Get that after halftime. It's our halftime speech about weirdness.
Yeah,
I
the bottom
see
note is a
some
note
slight
from
weirdness out
Chris, the
there.
designer, when I was like, what are those? So that's a special designer note.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
It does renown go up
Renown
after
just
an
did go up.
adventure?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I give us some renown
Goes
by
up
doing
by
some
let's see,
research.
it goes up by 2 per adventure. Here we go. 1, 2.
Yeah.
And +1 if you defeated a higher tier enemy. I think you did. I think Donatoth was a little bit higher than y'all, even though you whacked him pretty easily.
final boss. Boom.
And
Oh,
boom,
-1.
great.
That's funny. So basically, if we kill an enemy who's puny and below us, then our renown goes down. People are like, "Oh,
Yeah.
suck." Keep punching down.
Or it just
and then
goes up by 1.
Yeah.
The public is like,
Oh, the
yeah.
big tough party killed the little troll master. Oh, wimps.
So you need 3 more renown to level up, and when that happens, you advance a tier, spending assets equal to your new tier ×4, and clearing your renown track. That would be 4 this time. That's reasonable. And that's spending coin, law, all the other stuff.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah, but that's probably not for a little bit.
Mhm.
So, did we decide what we want for the upkeep thing?
No, we did not.
All right.
No.
I'm down for any of them. I have no real strong preferences.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe library and ample food and wine, but
Yeah, that sounds good.
Ooh, mark it down. Clear out that coin.
ching.
Clink, clink.
All spent it. Cool. And then next step is doing the world scene. So this is kind of like the unseen. So after upkeep, collectively choose one world force for whom you would all like to narrate a scene. It should be one that you have marked on one or more of your playbook. It should be one that you have marked on one or more of your playbooks, so you can find you want to involve it in the story. So it looks right now the candidates are.
Where do we find those?
I have Death in Wilds. If we're talking about things we have favor with, is that
Yeah,
what we're
row 62 on characters. So
Oh my
Death,
gosh.
Wilds, Atlantis, Spirits, Pantheon, Cults, Wilds, and Spirits.
Oh, so many.
Right.
We got
so-
2 wilds and 2
Yeah.
spirits. That sounds
Yeah,
right.
the wilds and the spirits feel, or those are a big one for me. But
Ooh. The show Ben you had asked about off an improv swag. I'm being distracting.
What did we do? Did we do cults last time?
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
the
the
city
cults
cult
might
last
be
time.
interesting.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
I
how we're
was- I
talking
was
about
thinking-
the Minotaur and
The-
whatnot.
Yeah, but this whatever Ampex is into right now seems very culty.
It's less of a cult, more like a sort of like a interdimensional marketplace kind of thing.
The cult of one.
What?
For what it's
Oh.
worth, not that this has to bad. I'm just looking for patterns that mean anything. We've got 2 wilds, and wild is our highest stat under the party tab.
Oh,
Just if
Yeah.
we're looking
I like
for
the idea of-
meaningless stats to steer us.
Something, I don't know, something wild or something spirity.
mm.
I mean, you could see this. I mean, I imagine there are spirits in the library,
Probably, yeah.
like doing a bunch
Yeah.
of dealing if we wanted to go there.
And they're probably solid there.
Yeah, I'd be fine with those.
What do we do? Yeah, last time we described the cult ritual that went wrong with Donata.
Oh, right.
But I don't know. I'm curious about Hay.
Mhm.
I have to say. Just in terms of like the spirits. Last scene helping to control a fire on water, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and I wonder, I was thinking about this earlier today when I was thinking about this game of like, I'm out there with the dolphins now, just on murder rampages.
Mhm.
Some of the dolphins, a few, like a minority of the dolphins vouch for me, but most of the dolphins really distrust me.
Yeah.
But I also see these little octopi guys, and I don't know how that's. Yeah, I don't know if there's like a Ghibli thing we could do with that. Of like, even though the dolphins are keep trying to accidentally kill me, maybe, and then the spirits like save me. I don't know, or maybe something bigger. I forget
Yeah,
what
and your
the
characters
purpose of these.
aren't going to be in the scene. This is
We're
going to be
not
like
in these scenes.
Yeah, it's like an unseen.
Yeah, could you tell me again what the purpose of this scene is? I'm sorry.
So this is a scene that should involve only representatives of that force, none of the main characters. It foreshadows what the antagonistic world has in store for the main characters.
Okay.
Representatives of the force will come together around a shared uncertainty, which might be about the characters, or could be something you haven't encountered yet or don't know anything about, offering dangers of future threats. It's basically a signal to the GM that players are interested in encountering those things.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah.
What? Oh. Okay. Just riffing here, right? Let's run this up the flagpole and see if anyone salutes.
Or pays obeisance to the god upon the flag.
Well, okay. So wait, spirits are opposed to death.
Correct.
Right. And the pantheon is opposed to sorcery.
Right.
And law is a wait.
Laws opposed to the wilds. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to know more about Atlantis.
Ooh.
Which is a totally other thing that we haven't touched on yet.
This could be a flashback to.
I was about to suggest like 50 million years ago.
Yeah.
Or like you see like a giant temple and you hear the boom, 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 and then the super title comes up like last week. Like, oh.
Yeah,
do you want to do an Atlantis one?
I like Atlantis because that feels like it's definitely driving a lot of the stuff, and we're not like the characters are not directly interfacing with it yet.
Yeah.
But maybe
like,
Urtu's sword comes into
we can
things
see
a lot.
Oh, maybe
or how it was made.
Flashback to the forging of the sword.
Say, like we start kind of close in on the sword, and then we see that it's actually in the ancient Atlantean forge.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
I'd like to pull back and like you see like so the typical like one person working on a forge, like building this weapon of destiny, and then you pull back and it's a factory. And like there's like, just like hundreds of weapons of destiny being forged.
Yes.
Oh boy. Cool. So representatives of Atlantis, I guess.
I like the idea that it was like a normal sword back then. This was a Walmart sword.
An Atlantean ancient sword, or as we call it in ancient Atlantis, a sword.
A sword. Cool. So Atlantis is above ground at this point. It is not sunken. So what distinguishes an Atlantean forge from a regular forge, or a quote unquote modern forge?
I have several possible ideas.
What's your head, Peter?
Oh, like I was thinking of a few kind of silly things, like everything is kind of everything's made of particle effects, which is sort of, I guess, a Black Panther thing. Like the tools they have kind of sweep up in clouds of shimmering dust into their hands as they move
Yeah,
them.
that's great.
And ditto for all
Yeah.
the machinery. It's not necessarily moving, it's just kind of shifting and morphing to do whatever
Yeah.
us mere humans would be doing with like
I have this
hinges
idea
and stuff.
that I get the, I guess maybe it's part of the, there's a big, very large, what looks to be kiln-ish type thing in the center with probably 50 slots around it. And you see workers all like taking their newly forged swords and shoving them in those slots in this giant kiln thing. And then the camera pans up to the top, and up top are what look like some Atlantean nobles and a crowd of peasants gathered to watch, and what looks like an old warrior who's pronouncing. He's like, my time, I've fought many great battles for Atlantis, and my time is over. The body is giving out, and I can no longer serve as a warrior. And therefore I give my warrior's heart into the future of these weapons that you will all hold in your hands.
Oh shit.
And as they bless him, he voluntarily falls backward into the kiln.
The kiln of swords.
Your sword is made of blood.
Yeah, I might want to pull back. Like, it's not so much a factory, but like it is just like a forge where they make a lot of swords. It's not like industrialized or anything.
Modern times, Charlie Chaplin feel.
He just did magic to those 50 swords, basically.
Yeah.
I like
they all have the spirit of the ancient warrior.
Yeah,
Just
that explains our two
1/50th
swords
of him.
so much.
Yeah, we just have to get the other 49 swords together, and we can resurrect this Atlantean.
Yeah.
And then Atlantis shall rise again from the. Oh no!
I've got a hit that like they are like the people who are working in the forge, like these are not humans.
Right, they're Atlanteans.
Well, yes, but they have been bred or shaped for their jobs. So the forge is mostly like dwarves and giants, just like lifting giant things of metal, of molten metal, and it's just very, very, very cast bound, I guess, is what I'm thinking.
Are they products of Atlantean eugenics? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
or just
described
constructs.
Why do you think it fell?
I also feel like I want the kiln to shatter after the ancient warrior falls into it, which may or may not be expected, but it's like the magic is so
it's all
powerful.
part of the process.
Yeah. Got to build a new kiln now.
Hey, did you want to add any bits?
I'm just enthusiasm. I love it.
Cool. So this is
no, it's good.
The scene is going to be various representatives of this force, so Atlanteans coming together around a shared uncertainty.
Oops.
Yeah, no, I mean this is a good setup.
Exposition done.
Yeah.
And every day shattered the kiln and made it.
So what kind of things would so these are Atlantean blacksmiths or shimmer smiths or whatever they are.
Well, I kind of like what Peter said about like that maybe the kiln shattering wasn't it's not part of that wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, yeah.
So that was like,
the same thing.
Now what? What's different? What do we do now?
And maybe they're like, don't release any of these swords to marketing until we know what's going on. But cast them down to the let me see. Cast them to the infinite halls. No one will find them there.
Nice.
Oh no.
Do they believe these to be cursed because of the kiln cracking?
I'm tempted to say that. We're talking about uncertainty, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like my thing is they don't understand what happened.
Right. That's what I was thinking too. It's just
Oh.
like,
This has never happened before.
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
uncertainty of like, what does this mean? Are they still in magic? Do
Mhm.
they?
Yeah.
So this is a Valhalla, like this is their usual Valhalla death. And I'm
Mhm.
wondering if they're assuming that there is corruption in the people now.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Mhm.
It used to be that a soldier would like either seek to die in battle or give themselves to battle in
forge.
this
Yeah,
way.
yeah, give
Mhm.
themselves to
And
the
the kiln
forge.
cracking, they're wondering if maybe
Oh,
enough
and
Atlanteans have lost the way.
I
Mm.
wonder too if there have been prophecies about what happens when the kiln cracks.
Yeah.
That it's
I mean,
one of
this
the
is the
signs.
this is the beginning of the end for Atlantis.
But that's
Oh.
impossible.
Yeah, we've existed for millennia. There's no way.
We're an empire. This
We
is gonna
can
be
build a new kiln. This does not
Yeah.
foreshadow
Yeah.
anything bad. You're all just worrying
I
about
wonder
nothing.
if that cat, I like how Ben was bringing in that cast like nature. Like, I do wonder if there have been rumblings
Oh
in
yeah.
Atlantis
Mm.
about like there have been now warriors that weren't born into warriorship. Like
Mm.
people have been starting
Oh.
to go out of caste, and that is what has been called the corruption.
Oh no, but really.
Yeah.
Ever since they let the half bloods be warriors.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
but really
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just doing Nimona, I guess, but like like this idea that the nobles can't do this. And so
Yeah.
that's been called the corruption, but really the corruption is this like adherence to caste. And
Yeah,
then they
yeah.
get
The corruption
that's
was
why they
there
get
all
flooded.
along.
I
Yeah.
have a terrible idea where
Yes.
so like witnessing this the sorcerer kings of Atlantis, like they're like, oh, this has been happening more. This is the second time, this happened. Like the automatons are not working. We need new servants.
Yeah.
And someone just
Oh,
like
no.
unrolls a blueprint and it's like, here, this is my new thing. I call it a human.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. That's a great unseen.
That's how humans were
Um,
born.
That the scene ends when it's clear to the world forces representatives what they will do or what will happen next. Perfect. Great. We did it.
Man. Can we take a break at this point? or-
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
this
could
is a
use a
perfect
break.
time for a break.
Cool.
Yeah,
Commercial break.
Let's take
Yeah.
5 and we will come back soon.
Eat
Thanks for
your
five.
Atlanteanos.
the main screen. Titles around.
Oh, also, Peter, are you on Blue Sky?
Yeah.
I just
How is it?
joined.
I don't really know what to do with it yet.
It goes
I
down
need,
a little bit right now.
Not been invited, that's why.
well, I need to figure out how to do a command line interface tool that will post to it, so that the tool that I already have to post to Mastodon can just add a post to that, and I can just post to this thing without really having to attend to another site.
I think it's the same as all the others, honestly.
Yeah.
And early, so it's missing a bunch of features. So
Yeah.
I have the same problem there as I have on Mastodon, which is like, I guess I'm a child of the algorithm now. I've gotten used to it. It's like on those two, you don't really have any content unless you go find people to follow or whatever. I mean, they do have, like, Blue Sky has a what's hot tab or whatever you can look at, and in Mastodon you can browse your local server or the entire federated universe and just see, but that's like just a fire hose of everything. And it's a good way to like find, like, oh, I like this person's posting lots of science shit, I'll follow them, whatever. So it's kind of a good place to find content to follow, but it's just kind of, it's also overwhelming because it takes a bit more curation to find stuff you want to see. And I haven't put the time in on Mastodon or Blue Sky to make it good, because like I already spend so much damn time on all social media. I'm like, I don't really want to like have to dedicate an hour of my night to like, all right, let me curate my Mastodon feed and find some cool stuff to follow or whatever, you know?
Yeah, I've followed a bunch of people that I follow elsewhere onto there. So just like, oh, go to like a couple of the like central people, just follow everyone that they follow, and hey, it's the same as the other place now, only different.
Well, that's why I'm really enjoying Threads, but that's probably because of my virality on Instagram. My first day on Threads, I had like 5,000 followers.
Wow.
And I like, again, I kind of like the algorithm. At first, I was one of those people who was like, Threads also totally bare right now because it's brand new. So it's like lots of features missing. They know that they're coming. It's basically a beta. So there is no following feed. You can't just view people you're following. You can't do that right now. You can only view this main feed.
Wow.
You can go into your settings and prioritize and say, show me people I follow first. But if that setting's not on by default, first of all. But even then, in your home feed, you will see other random people the algorithm throws at you. But while initially that was a downside to me, because like, I want to see people I follow, I've kind of changed my tune on that. Because now I'm like really enjoying sort of like, I'm finding new cool people that I never would have found if I was just looking at people I follow. So now I'll just be browsing that and I'll see something, I'll get involved in a conversation and be like, oh, that person's pretty cool. And so I find myself like getting involved in conversations way more on Threads than anywhere else, that's what's fun about it to me. Is like, oh, I'm actually having conversations about stuff. It's fun. And yeah, on Mastodon and Blue Sky, they're both like, I post there, maybe I might get a like or something.
That's me.
But it's like,
yeah, I've got a pretty solid Mastodon setup now, but it's all like RPG people. We're all like, fuck Twitter, we're gone.
But yeah, it's just tough because also like I know there's people I have on every single social network that I don't have on any other social network. So it's not like I can be like, well, I'm just screw those. I'm just going to be Threads now. I'm like, oh, if I do that, I'll be missing out on these people and these people and these people.
Yeah, I'm riding this thing into the ground. It's
I'm torn because like Twitter is obviously just a horrible piece of crap trash fire now. But I'm like, but there's still really cool people on there I'm not connected with anywhere else.
And I want to watch the light vanish from the side.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I honestly, Blue Sky, Mastodon, I thought was like the coolest out of principle. Blue Sky, for whatever reason, I still haven't figured that out, was the one most people were interested in. Like that was the one there was the most hype over. I knew the most people were going to go there. They wanted to go there. But then when Threads came out, all of a sudden overnight, it 10 million users overnight.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like if I had to put money on one winning, if anyone can win, if that's even possible,
Yeah.
I'd put it on Threads, just because one of the things they all face, people hate change. People don't want to learn a new thing. And like Threads makes it so easy. Like I literally logged on and it was like, hey, do you want to just follow all the people we follow on Instagram? I was like, yes, please. And then bam, automatic. Hey, look, I've got a whole bunch of people following me. I'm following a bunch of people. There's a whole bunch of content. Cool. That was easy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think people are going to follow the path of least resistance. And that's likely going to be Threads, I think.
Yeah.
I miss the chaos of early Twitter.
Didn't know how good we had it. I had my post the other day about like, how do we pinpoint when the internet peaked?
I think it's before like we understood personal branding. It was like really, really good out there.
Mm-hmm.
I was happy when I had an invite code pop up on Blue Sky today. So I was like, hey, Mark, want my invite code?
I'm just claiming my name on all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Same,
Although
I missed out on Major for Blue Sky or for Threads.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. I have a nemesis.
What?
I was gonna say, because it's like it's not your name is like, I've never seen any other spelling of that other than you.
Marley Major, if you're out there.
Is that
Marley
who's got it?
She's an event planner, the party goddess or something like that. And she is
She's your opposite.
She is on top of her social game.
She's got your handle.
Yeah, she must have gone and grabbed it.
PeterRogers.com is still parked on by, I think, a retired real estate agent in Australia.
All the other Nick and Nicole Bennett's are mystery writers, so they're cool.
Really? But yeah, the advantage of my last name being Allyn, I have never had Heath Allen taken anywhere ever in my entire life.
Yeah. The only Blackbergs out there are related to me. So.
But I still have Major.com, so Marley can choke on it.
I was gonna say, should we do a? I feel like we should do another World Forces scene where we learn what the god of parties is up to in this world now.
The goddess of parties.
The goddess, yeah.
Oh, she's also the prophet goddess now.
Supposed
to get smarter with her business and make more money. She's a growth hacker.
Good for her. Good for her.
Yeah, we are opposites.
Side hustle.
If anybody ever secures a Heath Allen before me, it's going to have to be on purpose, trying to what do they call that when you squat my name.
Yeah. Yeah, I got mine. I mean, I've had mine since before you had to pay for domains.
Oh, wow. When was that? I didn't even know there was a time you didn't have to pay for domains.
So I worked at a web agency in the 90s, and my coworkers, one had Lisa.com because her name was Lisa. One had something really, but someone just grabbed McDonald's.com as a joke, like in 1993. And so he doesn't really work anymore.
I'd be shocked if they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got mine in 2000 is when I got HeathAllen.com.
Yeah, I've had mine since 1992 or 3, I think. 3, I think 3 or 4. Yeah, it used to be cool, man.
I've still got a couple of URLs I just bought because I thought they were cool, and they're nothing. I'm just like, what's a cool URL? I might want it someday.
Yeah. I still have tentacleporn.com if anyone wants to pay me for that.
Okay.
Current offer is 11,000. That is insulting. So I'll take nothing more than 12.
Shenanigangsters. That points to a defunct podcast me and Brian Villalobos did.
Oh, right.
Like 20 episodes. But I was like Shenanigangsters. I was like, I like that.
Blackball.net is still operational.
Yeah. Keeping that one running. Cool. So let's see. Where
Season 1 of Black Vault has disappeared from SoundCloud. That's not good.
I noticed that the other day, and I don't know why. Let's see, where are we?
I did finally move all our defunct podcast episodes to a free service because I had been paying $5 a month to Libsyn forever just to keep them
Oh.
alive.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and even though
Don't-
finally I found a free, I was like, I'll move them all this free place so I don't pay $5 a month to
Yeah.
keep a defunct podcast online.
All right. Okay, cool. So Ertu and Solon have gone back to the atoll.
The day.
Hay is with the dolphins, and Ampix is with creepy shadow people in the library. I think I want to start off with Ampix. So what the last beat we had was whoever that was, a shadowy person coming out of a mirror asking what you had to trade. How did that interaction go? You can just sort of like talk through it.
What did that end? I think Ampix does like a bad like tourist's job of like hiding all the valuables and just like just like making sure your wallet's still in your pocket,
Yeah.
just like showing everyone where your wallet is, sort of stuff. Yeah, just bad OPSEC. Taking the same path home, et cetera, et cetera. Yes. And then I think Ampix will say, if I ask you questions, will I owe you anything? Wait, no, don't. Yeah, and like trying to like work out like, can I ask that not as a question?
Without asking a thing.
Is information a currency here? No.
No.
Oh, okay. Where am I?
You didn't come here on purpose.
Oh, I did. I just thought I was gonna have a way out.
Who are you trading with?
I am trading with Rook.
Rook, the god of death who sleeps.
Oh, good, you know him.
You said him.
Boom, boom, boom. Like, I don't care. No. Good. You know Rook. You know
Everyone
it. No, that's
knows
a pronoun
Rook.
too.
Yes.
Oh, good. And Rook is asleep.
Which everyone also knows. Yes.
Yes, all the things we know. Yes, we are equally aware of everything. No one is at a disadvantage in this mercantile situation. Can you point me to Rook, who sleeps? Or Rook who trades? I have something of Rooks.
You have something of Rooks.
Yeah, you want to see it?
And this is like a kind of like a like smooth, not like putty, but kind of amorphous shadow mirror person. And like if they could raise their eyebrows, they would. But yeah, they're yes, of course.
Or perhaps I should first commune with Zuz. Can you point me to Zuz's trading hut, temple, orchestra? Home, shelter, domain, realm,
Do you know where you are?
Debesny? That's probably not how you say it. No, I don't. Okay, just to check. If you tell me where I am, do I owe you anything?
No. You
Okay.
don't owe me anything unless I give something to you, and we agree that we are exchanging those two things. But I'm not sure who you think I am, but this is a place of commerce, not some fey trickery.
Making like what's the
It's a one.
difference?
Yeah. let
Yes,
me introduce myself once I find a name. My name is let's make it Manto. Manto. Manto, and I see since you are a devotee of Rook, you must clearly have already divined my allegiance.
Mirrors, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Smila looks on us from all places.
Wow. And hopefully likes what she sees. But slight point of order. I'm actually a devotee of Zuz.
And you have something of Rooks.
Well, the thing is, the way I see it, all gods are kind of intertwined in one big, I don't know, pantheon. Let's call it. Pan meaning all. So you don't just to double check, okay. I'm not like on a clock here and you're charging me time? No, okay.
Have we agreed to
Last-
that? There's no contract. We're just
Okay.
speaking freely.
Uh-huh. Okay. Speaking freely. Okay. Well, it's not really a place of commerce then, is it? Huh?
Did you come
Okay,
here to meet someone?
Yes. Can you point me to the tour guide or information desk? Or Zuz? Does Zuz exist here? Do you know Zuz?
Gods rarely come to trade in person. They send their servants.
Oh, great. Point me to some servants. Okay. Yes, we are servants. That is a good joke. I am enjoying this immensely, and I'm not at all uncomfortable.
Just if you're here to trade with someone, you must have brought something to trade, and I imagine it would be that item of Rooks that you have acquired.
Yeah. Did you see that in Urubad?
And
Were
where?
you looking at the were you looking through the mirrors to Urubad? Did you see? Oh, how I bravely stole this heart from a sorcerer?
You have Rook's heart?
Oh, yes. Just like
And what was the offer?
well, that's personal.
Of course.
Because I don't know it. I mean, I didn't say that, did I? Okay.
Did you come here to trade with anyone?
In a manner of speaking, I came here to escape. But obviously I want to return Rook's heart.
To
Yes, to Rook.
Well,
I just want to.
Rook is not here.
Uh-huh.
This is not a place for gods, clearly.
Yes. Well, here, I guess you seem like a nice person, Manto. Blobby. I mean, aren't we all? If you come right down to it and apply enough pressure in the right areas. I don't really want this heart. I want to return it to Rook to put things back where they belong in the natural order. Where is Rook? That's, well, I mean, you could say, I guess, anywhere people are gathered to remember the dead, there you can find Rook. Other litanies of Rook's cult that I have picked up along the way. Blah, blah, blah. Death, the door to a new world, the undiscovered country. Um, sorry, what was the question again?
How strong
Usually
is your grasp on the heart of Rook?
Pretty strong. Like on a scale of 1 to 10?
Strong
Like
enough to carry you to him?
Yes. That sounds
And
like
what do I receive for sending you to him? Or if you prefer, what does Smila receive?
Right. Smilla. Friend to all people.
Not to humans, no.
Yes. Well, I mean, what else is there? It's just humans, right? Anyway, let's see. I'm not gonna give her my shadow. I'm not gonna give her well, I don't know. How about how about a mirror that she can talk to me? Just, I'm going places. I know things.
A mirror
Have a
that
lot
she
of
can
potential.
command you through?
I mean, talk to me, make suggestions.
Suggestions.
Yeah.
Defy those gods.
Tell, maybe drop a hint or two about the nature of the universe and why we're here.
I would love the chaos of orders coming in occasionally.
I accept. Do you accept?
Yeah, if this is a bad idea, I'm sure there'll be an easy way out of it. Okay.
And it kind of like waves its hand, and a sword kind of materializes in it that looks an awful lot like Urtu's sword.
Hey!
And she runs it through your heart.
Oh!
And you die.
Mm-hmm.
Bye. Good playing with you, Ben. Bye.
Back to the atoll.
Back to the most relaxed time on the atoll.
Beach music plays.
like,
They're in
my
hammocks.
ties. Yeah.
Surf guitar.
What would you guys like to do next? You need
Who's
to
back
do
at the
stuff.
atoll right now?
I think it's just Solon and Ortu, unless Hay has decided to join you.
No, I mean, unless they're in the water.
Still in dolphin times.
Yeah. I'm probably nearby, but I'm not allowed. Or maybe I could watch them from a distance, but
I wonder if
I'm sure
Solon is...
I miss them a lot, so I'm
Aw.
probably watching them a lot.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just feel like Solon is asking Urtu questions about the spirit world incessantly. Like, you were a spirit, though. How did it feel? Did you feel closer to No. If obviously you were closer to chaos, but were you capable of magic and affecting things magically yourself?
You were there for most of it. It was no different for me. I was a guy walking around a city.
And I feel like we've been going around this conversation already. But I mean, what were the differences?
The difference is where I was in a city and I was transparent and couldn't touch things. I didn't have time to experience much more before I was reformed whole.
Okay. And how did it feel getting reformed again? Did you see a glimpse of other dimensions beyond our own in that process?
No, I saw you go waving your hands and saying things, and then suddenly I could clap my hands together, and it was very nice.
And I think Solon is just kind of like, yeah.
I just imagine Urtu is like the Drax character of our group and like asking him to give really lengthy, detailed descriptions for an academic audience is like just so...
not the right plan.
I couldn't touch things.
Could touch things, I could touch things.
Exactly.
I could kill ghosts, now I can kill people again.
Yeah, I still don't quite understand the ramifications of killing a ghost, but hey,
Oh,
did what I had to do.
There are interesting theories of where ghosts go beyond the realm of normal death.
I'm gonna need more wine.
There is, in fact, the god of death, that reigns over, that is reputed to reign over a domain beyond that of Rook. That there is this is the cult of the gate beyond the gate.
Good to know that the afterlife is as bureaucratic as the life.
Which is, of course, the source of the curse. I cast you down into death twice. Which, of course, now is just two dead eyes. Oh man,
This conversation is awesome.
Hey, would you like me to teach you some sword moves?
I think Solon is up for it because I think this will continue. He'll find a way to bring it around to getting useful information.
Oh no. Aw, now you're gonna
Solon,
really miss me.
Solon, what can you tell me about Circe, Sailor of the Endless Tide?
Oh geez, very little. I'm going to
Who is
look up.
dead?
Yeah, I remembered the dead thing, but where is that listed?
I
Hardly
don't know if
the
it's listed anywhere. I think it's
World-
that was what we were doing. Oh
World
yeah, in the
Forces?
World Forces. Yeah, there we are. That was
Oh.
someone who death
Oh yeah,
from you.
that took Circe from me. Okay. Yeah, what do I know about Circe, Sailor of the Endless Tide?
Were you seeing this
Um,
one?
This is on the World Forces tab on column V, row 19, row 18. But yeah, Circe was the one that
Oh.
Solon lost. Oh man.
Aw.
Um Man, I'm getting no hits so far. Let me see.
Or who were they to you?
Yeah, I
Maybe
think it
your
was.
first student?
That's really interesting.
Mm.
Yeah.
You're first and last.
Oh, I don't take
Or-
students.
Yeah, my last student probably is what I'll say.
Mhm.
Oh,
So how did they die?
And they are death has taken them from me.
Death has
So,
taken them from you.
let's see. I think maybe, well, I want to say it was a sea battle of some sort.
Mm.
oh shit.
And maybe Circe like raised some sort of monster from the deep.
Ooh, maybe the Leviathan there.
Yeah, to attack their enemies. And
Nice.
it went badly and got et by
Everyone got it.
Yeah. There was only one winner of that battle, and it was the Leviathan.
How do you remember them?
Well, I think on a superficial level, I think it's that Solon knows that Circe was smarter than him,
Mm.
and that just eats away at him in a way. But I think he also loved Circe in a way that he was not able to deal with.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't have any ideas for them yet. I'm just filling in details.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, can you tell me what you are up to besides murdering people?
I'm kissing a bunny.
Anything?
What? Ampersand, you don't approve of me murdering people? Bunny just ran away. What am I up to other than that?
Mhm.
Oh, that's a full-time job, man. I think that is so it is like anybody who hits the waters, the dolphins hear the vibrations and we go after them with our Atlantean stuff. And so
So the question
I-
is, why did Solon and Urtu not get attacked when they returned to the atoll?
Yeah, here we are. I think that also Hay has been keeping dibs on them.
Hmm.
And while they were coming back, Hay got the spirits to create a distraction that seemed like a really huge boat
Hmm.
and led them astray. Like, oh, we could choose between this tiny boat or there's more killing there.
Can I have
So
you roll?
we showed up and there was nothing.
Can I have you beseech the spirits to see what happened there?
Certainly. And remind me how to beseech spirits.
Yeah. What was your approach to teaching them?
One moment. My approach. Yeah, I think let's see, what's desperate? I think kind of slinking. Yeah, I think I'm kind of like trying to
Sneakily.
be slippery.
Nice. So you already have +1 with the spirits. So let's see, 2 dice +3 for that.
Oh, I'm sure nothing bad will happen with that.
Yeah, probably good.
2 dice +3.
2 dice +3. Oh, dice roller, where are you at?
Very much. Somewhere safe.
All right, I rolled a 13.
13, which is a
Oh,
monstrous.
Oh,
This
shit.
is why
a
they did not
monstrous
get attacked.
success.
You asked me why they didn't
Who
get
did not
attacked.
get attacked?
Here is the
Um,
answer.
Okay, so the force
Nothing.
recognizes itself in you. It submits to your command. Increase your favor with them by 1. So you've got +3 with the spirits
Yes.
now.
Yeah, I imagine I've been relying on spirits quite a bit with my
Yeah.
family not liking me.
Um,
Where is that? Okay, I'm there. Oh my gosh, more spirit than wild.
more spirit than wild.
More human than human.
More spirit than wild. Cool. The force recognizes itself in you, so the spirits see themselves in you somehow and submits to your command. What does this giant boat look like?
These are octopi spirits. They create what they think a boat looks like. So it's just they only have ever really seen them from the bottom.
Oh no.
So it's got the bottom hull, and then above it, it's it looks like a forest.
Nice.
Or like a kelp forest. So they just imagine that like on the top of a boat is like the bottom, like what, like it looks like it would if you're looking around in the water.
Mhm.
So it's like this weird.
So you're stronger with spirits than with wild. That kind of makes me feel like the dolphins are not able to damage or destroy the spirit boat. How do they
And
react
they
to that?
also probably don't know that this isn't quite right. Where I'm like,
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
a terribly AI generated idea of a boat. I'm glad the dolphins don't know better. Sorry, what did you say? They can't defeat
Yeah, how
it?
do they react to not being able to sink it?
I think I'm saying that like there's no humans here. This has been abandoned.
Ghost boat.
But you sent them to attack this boat instead of.
Yeah, and I guess I'm with them.
Yeah.
And we can't defeat it. I guess we need more armor.
Nice. I think when the camera kind of pulls
You're
back and
welcome,
up,
everybody.
we see that there are actually people on the boat.
What?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I guess Solon and Urtu, after a little while of having conversations on the beach, see what looks like a boat approaching.
Yep. Oh no.
It has no sail. It has no oars.
It just has kelp waving in the
It just has kelp waving on the top. And you see figures kind of like
Oh, no.
wrangling the kelp.
Oh,
Um,
no.
I love this boat so much.
it looks like it's underwater, but there are people like grabbing strands of it and tying one over here, and
He was like staring at it for the longest time, like that Steve Martin monologue.
and eventually it pulls up and kind of beaches itself on the side of the atoll where you all are, like the outside of the atoll where your cave is facing the inside. And you see figures kind of climbing down off the boat. What do you do?
Oh, jeez.
Oh man. Oh god.
Think I would turn to Solon and be like, do we go greet them?
Excuse me.
Or do you want to do some cool magic and hide us or something? Or I don't know.
Yeah. I imagine Solon saying we should hide, but he's also looking at the like practice sword that's been loaned to him. And he turns to Urtu and says, right?
That's an option.
No.
I mean, there's nothing telling us they're openly hostile.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be one of the few times Solon suggests just approaching them normally,
Nice.
because now he's got sort of in a mind of we can handle anything that comes our way.
Hey, what
I
do these sailors look like that tells you that they're not completely human?
Oh no.
yeah, I think these sailors are only limbs.
Will again direct us to the mid-journey generated Atlanteos.
Yes. Yeah, I think that they have like, I think that it's just like from afar, it does look like humans, but when you look closer, it's like just a lot of like really long arms and legs kind of all coming together in like a point.
Or are they kind of the ropey from the
They're
cereal?
like, yeah, they're like the ropey.
Nice.
Does the cereal have the
those
ropey? Oh gosh.
those ropes have eyes.
Oh
that's
no.
great. Thank you, Mid Journey.
Fuck Mid-Journey.
Sailing on a sea of orange juice or something.
Oh my god, I love it.
Oh, Archon.
Arkan, Atiato,
Archon.
Intek Balbachin.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, they look like that. They look really ropey.
Yeah.
Like eyes in the ropes. It's just
Oh no.
Fantastic. Well, frayed
Yeah.
at the ends where they're holding
frayed.
their
Yeah,
stuff.
they look like kind of ropes, and they're
They're
doing
all like-
that work, but it's just
Yeah.
uncanny. Like,
So if you're are you going into the kind of the tree line to meet them, or are you going to wait for them to come to you? Because they're coming to you.
Oh man.
I don't know what I made. I'm
Maybe
sorry.
the hiding option is better if you.
I didn't think Solon was just kind of waiting for you to say that. It's like, yeah, let's the tree line sounds good. That's but just abundance of caution, you see.
Yes. Many of them, two of us, and you know,
There's only like 5 of them.
well, I could probably take them.
Funny.
So we know their intentions anyway. Maybe we can ascertain more by
Who wants to
watching.
make our finesse roll for this?
Do I have any finesse?
Is there any
I mean, that's-
sorceries you could?
It's
Apply
it'll
to
be
this?
an approach plus dice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do have some sorcery I could maybe bring in, but you wanted a finesse roll, right?
Yeah. Or you could try sorcery too.
Yeah, what do I have in the way of sorcery?
I guess you don't know till you roll.
Yeah, what are my options?
Yeah, right.
What this is 3 dice. All dice summed it. Okay. All right, so I will roll all my dice.
That's 5
Oh
dice.
boy, magic, magic, magic.
Oh man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think Ertu tries to mimic him, just hoping that maybe one day he'll do something magic too.
He'll take.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 1, 3,
Woo!
3, 1.
Wow.
Well, I mean, there are some options there.
There are some options.
3 dice of equal value means sorceress soldiers.
You could get some more social soldiers.
2 dice of equal value is
How we solve all of our problems is to throw.
Yeah, or I could psychic command somebody. But I have, oh man, well, I've got my options are my options here. Yeah,
Oh.
can I have a 3 and a 3, right?
You have a 3 and a 3, yeah.
I guess I'll say 2 dice sum to 6. I will try to psychic command
Ooh.
one of the rope people to announce their
Yes!
intentions.
Oh, this is
In
gonna
as
be
much
a
as their
terrifying
physiognomy will
moment.
allow.
Fantastic. Yeah. So they break the tree line and you see them.
Yeah.
And you haven't hidden. So
No.
there's kind of like one leading them, and it has like the rope is kind of formed into like mockery of a
Tricorn
captain's
hat.
hat. Yeah.
Oh god.
And you imagine that, well, they aren't carrying any weapons that you can see.
I don't know if they need to.
Rope is a weapon.
Yeah, it's literally a murder weapon. And the one up front kind of like puts a ropey hand up, and the other ones stop.
Of course. This is so bad. I'm gonna regret not summoning skeletons on them or sorceress soldiers.
So you command it to announce itself.
Yeah, why it's here.
Yeah. What does it sound like when it speaks?
Oh man. Well, I feel like this is going to be informed by whatever magic Hay originally beseeched. Let's see, but it's going to be dolphin either. Oh, so it's going to sound like
this someone... is spirits, right? So it's the
So it's octopi spirits.
Yeah,
octopi
or
spirits.
Any other spirits.
Well, following
on
on how Hay generated the ship, it seems like they would sound like what humans sound like to octopuses when they're underwater.
Yes.
Oh no! So I have so it's incomprehensible.
Oh no, it's definitely comprehensible. It just sounds like someone talking to you like in a pool, right?
Oh sure.
When you're underwater in the pool and they're yelling at you, like, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it sounds probably really close, even though they are far away.
Yeah.
It probably sounds like transmitted through water. This is so bad.
I love this so much.
And this one, it starts approaching you, and you hear it say, "Is like so long."
You know, Rope Man?
Oh no. I think Solon's face is just frozen in a confused grimace.
Says, "You've called me, and I have returned to you."
You called Rope Man?
Oh no. Oh Jesus, you have called me, and I have returned to you.
Oh hey, is this is it possible that you summoned these guys like you summoned the other warrior people?
Or I've been summoned, not you have summoned me. I've been summoned, okay. and I'm returning to you.
Yeah, and so I think Solon is kind of playing the only card in his deck right now, and that he kind of stiffens up and says, "Ah, yes, of course. You have been summoned, and tell us, of course, what you are here to do."
What have we been summoned for?
Oh, of course. No one has told you yet. That was a bit of an oversight, I'm afraid. What do we need?
And it
Some
starts.
improvements on the island.
It approaches you closer until it's face to face with you.
Ropey face.
Yeah, and I imagine the ropes are constantly moving,
Yeah.
but somehow the eyes are staying
We
relatively
just-
stable in it.
We
Yeah.
just faced like the most powerful sorcerer, and we were like, nah. With this, we're like,
And it kind of like uncoils its ropey arms and just wraps them around you and pulls you close.
Okay, and I think, yes, the job is, of course, not to have contact with us, but to patrol around the atoll. We hear that there are pirates. There is a pirate ship that must be destroyed.
And like it squeezes you and then kind of lets go and flops its ropes on your shoulders and says,
I think he's trying not to cry at this point. It's like serious, is this how I
Ooh.
die vibes?
is there I don't think there's any of that there. Yeah. It puts its ropes on your shoulders and says, with a like, I did not anticipate missing you, but I have.
And I think the penny is nowhere near dropping right
Yep.
now. For someone. Well, I mean, it's flattering to hear one is missed. I miss you too, didn't we, Urtu? Urtu missed you too.
I
So
do not know this one.
Yeah, I
Oh.
don't know Rope Man. You and Rope Man apparently have a thing or something.
you two will get along famously, I'm sure. So it's excellent. Glad to hear I am missed. And he's just kind of clapping rope person awkwardly on a shoulder.
What news did you hear of my death?
Wait, Rope Man is dead?
I was until I was summoned, and I am no man.
Sorry, Rope Person.
Yes, of course, I remember your name, but introduce yourself to Urtu, of course.
Or two.
I am Urtu. And I give a little polite bow.
I am Circe, sailor of the endless tide and
Oh God.
student of Solon the sorcerer, before I was pulled under by something that I myself have summoned.
I'm curious, have I heard the tales of Circe before? In our
Oh yeah, it's like,
has Solon, have you told people like
or is this
about
shameful?
Circe or who she is or anything like that?
Yeah, I think Solon just kind of cracks and kind of crumples to his knees and starts crying. And that moment goes on for a while.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can we get you anything, Circe? Do you drink wine?
Not in a very long time. But we could use a place to rest. We've been on the seas for ages.
Oh God.
Well, I imagine as an acquaintance of Solon, you would be welcome in our den.
Thank you, Urtu the warrior.
Solon?
Yeah, and Solon kind of gingerly and silently offers his arm.
And yeah, like rope goes around your forearm and helps you up.
Oh yeah.
Because I know I certainly need some wine.
Oh man.
Never gonna get used to this.
Oh, time
It's a
for the
theme,
drink move.
Bring my brother back as a weird mutant ghost. Bring your former student back as a weird mutant rope person. We're just gonna keep bringing our loved ones back from the
Oh
dead.
no, I'm
with
Yeah.
weird.
next.
No, you
mutants.
already got Ephes. Ephes was kind of stitched together, remember? With
Oh
the,
fuck, I have a Frankenstein person. Yeah.
yeah, you got a
You're
Frankenstein
Amphics, you're
dolphin.
next.
Dolphinstein.
Dolphinstein.
Yeah, so Ampix, what's it like being dead?
Yeah.
Oh, never
Uh,
mind.
That sounds pretty mocking.
uh, surprisingly loud.
Mhm.
Uh, and dark. That part's not surprising. We all kind of expect that. Yeah, I guess as a dead person, my heart is a little flame that I can use to try to make my way through a giant and loud place. It's loud because there's a lot of echoes of other people like wandering around trying to find each other or having found each other and in
Right.
death and so there's a big throng of people and uh
And is this
uh
Suss's underworld?
I think this is Rook's underworld.
Mm.
Which is a little surprising. There's no music. What was Rook's?
Rook
Death, cats.
is
Oh yes,
death,
of course. Yeah. So yeah,
cats,
a lot
and
of
boundaries, and gates. Yeah.
lot of things like brushing your ankles.
Hmm. Terrifying.
But if you if you reach down, there's no cat there until like
Mhm.
suddenly there is. There's like every once in a while like there actually will be a cat. And if you can follow one of those cats, maybe they'll lead you somewhere.
Mhm.
Yes, so Ampix is just like oh, I guess the first thing is checking like, okay, I have my heart. And there's the light coming out of the stab wound, let's say.
Mhm.
Do I have Rook's heart?
You do indeed have Rook's heart. Yep.
Oh, okay. Well then, yes. And there's no other sensation. Like it's not hot or cold. It's just loud.
Hmm.
But even that's like muted. Like I can't make it any conversations unless you're like really like touching someone.
Right. Right.
So Ampix is just like bumping into people and like, oh, sorry, excuse me. Like breaking up like long lost. Yeah. I don't know. I guess also, yeah.
I think I'd like you to do a summon the dead move to get some knowledge. Here.
Yeah. Yes, I need.
So you're gonna mark a mood and roll your approach.
Yes. I think my mood. Okay, wait. Summoning the dead. Uh, Imperious, I think is going to be my approach.
Was that a mood?
Just well,
Imperious is gonna be your approach. Yeah.
Yeah.
And which mood are you marking?
And that I think will lead me to be ashamed.
Nice.
Like, this wasn't supposed to happen like this. I don't know how.
Cool.
I don't know how it was supposed to happen, but
so that looks like it's just 2 dice straight up.
yeah. Or I just take the monster success.
Or you could just take a monster success.
Oh
No, I
wait, am
just-
I sorry for the monster success earlier? I need to do a curse, right?
Yeah, take a curse and bump your spirits up by 1, which you did. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Yes.
7.
A 7. That is a
That's
miss.
a fail.
That is a miss.
Oh, okay.
Cool. So on a miss, what happens here? On a miss, a dangerous shade appears and escapes your control, running free and causing havoc.
Oh,
Great.
we know this one.
Yeah. We've been here. I guess I should stop doing this. I'm sure the next time it'll work out.
Who's the last person that you killed?
I've never killed anyone.
Oh, fantastic!
I'm blameless.
If that is true, this is great. Then, so you're kind of navigating through. Are you trying to find something, or just kind of like exploring?
I'm trying to find. I assume there is a gate to an inner chamber somewhere where Rook lies sleeping.
Yeah. So you're feeling, and you feel like the cats occasionally brush against your ankle, and you hear kind of like a purring noise from behind you, and then it kind of fades away. You feel cats kind of brush against your thigh, and then you go to look and it's not there, and you feel like fur brushing your cheek, and when you turn to look at it, you turn and see like a cat's face right here, this big. It is a very large cat. What color is it?
I think it would be funnier if it was just like a tabby. It was like
fantastic.
Yeah.
And it kind of rears back and hisses at you, and it's gonna try and grab the heart. What would you like to do about that, if anything?
Let's see. The move, give your heart. Interesting. Okay. Now, I want to say bad kitty. It's like just like yeah. I think I don't know if I'm going to like I guess bop it on the nose is what I'm thinking. Just like or
do you think this would count as battling an enemy? Because it's not going to take well to that. Okay,
yeah,
cool. What is your approach with this then? Bopping the giant cat on the nose. Giant death cat.
I mean, I don't know. Is assuming a death cat, a giant death cat, going to behave like a regular cat? Is that delirious or insightful?
Ooh, yeah. Let's find out.
I mean, I feel like, yeah. Well, I'll call it insightful.
Otherworldly might also be appropriate since you are in the death dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah, whichever you feel is good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Maybe I'll say. Oh gosh. Maybe. Yeah. I'll do it with the hand. I'm just like bopping him with the back of my hand and the hand that is holding Rook's heart.
Nice.
So,
cool.
Come on, monstrous. Oh, 8.
An 8
Wait,
is an 8.
Is that
Is
right?
an 8 good?
5. Yes.
8
Yeah.
to 10.
Yep, 5 plus 3. Yeah, so an 8 gets us a measured success. So you will inflict some moods on each other as it stands. On a measured success, pick 2. Take less mood, inflict grievous harm, giving them an extra mood. Take something from the enemy, which probably is good. Create an opening for your friends, they're not here. Or force the enemy where you want them. So you can pick 2 of those.
Yeah. I think I will. He doesn't have anything I want. Like he didn't.
I mean,
get
he will.
The heart.
Yeah, I think if you decisively take the heart from him, then you will have the heart.
Okay. Well, then I will not take the mood, and I will take something from the enemy.
Cool. Sweet. So that's 2 moods on the cat, and yeah, so you bop it on the back of the nose, and like, and when you do it, it kind of like shrinks back down to a large normal sized cat, and starts rubbing up against your ankles, purring now, and then kind of like looks up at you and trots away.
I follow it.
Excellent.
Yeah. Like, okay.
Cool. And it leads you to a gate.
Yes, I should have seen this coming. Is the gate open?
Yeah, it is literally a gateway.
Yeah. Okay.
With like
well,
cool skulls and stuff on it.
Okay.
And what else is Rook is boundaries and gates.
Yeah.
Cats.
Yeah. Oh, there's a cat. There's a cat playing with us. Yeah. Is the cat going in?
Yes.
Or is
it
it-
is.
Okay. Well, then continue.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and I think if you continue following the cat, it leads you further in. And since you kind of like have a guide, it kind of feels like you're like almost like just sliding past various degrees of dead people, in whatever part of their journey they're on. What's the most affecting thing you see on the way there?
Oof. I mean, I think like the most wrenching thing would be seeing Nestor, my dead lyricist and
Yeah.
lover. And but then I'm trying to think of like why do I not stop? Am I just carried
Why
along?
can't you stop?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Why can't I stop? Uh, maybe the heart is pulling me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't let go.
Do they notice you?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I will yell, but
What are they preoccupied with here?
well, they've been dead a while, so they're probably comfortable. You know what? Everyone else in death is just like reuniting with their lost loved ones, and Nestor is making new friends, and has has formed a little circle of people who are like all standing very close so they can talk to each other in
Nice.
death and just chatting.
Are they
Yeah.
like he's probably like spinning stories and whatnot because the lyricist thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Playing instruments if they have them, or can shape them out of the shadows or whatever.
That's rough. I think we're gonna take a curse for that.
Damn.
Yeah.
But
But
curses like their moods.
yeah, we got plenty of room for curses.
Yeah.
Be fine.
It's favor we have to be careful of.
Yeah, for real. So before, when you had that vision of Sus with Rook lying somewhere, did you get a good look of like what that place looked like? Zuz,
Which vision?
First episode, you had a vision of Zuz who was with a Rook in repose.
Don't recall. Was that when I tried to commune?
Yeah. They kind of told you the deal, or maybe it was the second episode. Yeah.
I think I did not have a good view. All of my visions have been like looking through like little pinholes.
Yeah.
Just like so this is my first time really seeing Rook in repose.
Yeah, and so you pass this final gate, and it's actually like a big cat's mouth, and follow the cat in there, and there are three figures standing around. What does Rook look like lying there?
I don't know. I kind of want to say Rook is a giant, and like walking into a chamber, it's like you would have to like climb up his or Rook's extremities to get up to its face, to Rook's face. Gosh, that's hard to remember. Yeah. In repose, I think Rook is I was gonna say just like a large ebony giant with like no hair or particular features. But I also like the idea of Rook being just like a cat man.
Yeah, that's a big black cat guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that. Are the three kind of attending to him? Are they the same size?
I think they are human sized
Hmm.
since they are used to dealing as emissaries.
Hmm. Yeah, and one you clearly are drawn to, and not clear if it is an avatar of Zuz or Zuz themselves, but you can see there are at least avatars of the other three gods that we know about here.
Hmm.
And when you enter, they just turn and look at you like, why is a shade here?
Oh, like,
Let's cut back to the island.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, I'm not sure what to do with hay right now.
I wonder if I was maybe on the kelp boat.
Oh yeah, you could be on.
I think that I was
no.
like, I think that the dolphins were like, are arguing over what needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like many of them do want to go get more Atlantean armor, and others are like, this isn't. Let's spend our time going after actual. This boat's weird. And so in the kind of argument that happened there, I think I kind of started climbing the kelp and like bundled myself into it.
Nice.
A little sea otter.
Did you
I've
come
been
off the
watching.
boat with the other rope people?
I think I watched them come off, and now that they're gone, I'm coming down.
Cool. Are you trying to make yourself look like them at all, or are you just kind of creeping?
I'm just creeping.
Okay, cool.
I think I do have a lot of kelp on me though.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, I think I have covered myself in kelp, and I'm just like kind of
Amazing.
a weird creature walking around, because that's what we need more of.
So back at the den, I guess, in the little cenote, or the little grotto you have there, how are you kind of welcoming / entertaining, hosting? How are you hosting the rope people?
Oh geez.
Tea party for ropes.
Yeah, I think Solon probably wants to drink at this point. And I don't know how much alcohol we have around here at the atoll, but
I imagine plenty, considering
Well, you
I
have
just took my
ample-
move of.
You have ample food and wine as well.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Good wine.
Got enough for me to drink deep whenever I want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
probably loaded up on stuff and brought it back with you.
Hmm. Do you have any of the those birds that you reanimated?
Oh no.
You're like, oh, don't eat that one. I'm studying it. Like,
I think they went away during downtime.
Spin off.
Do the other rope people talk too, or does it just Cersei talk?
They will talk, but they're very difficult to understand. It's like
Okay.
it's almost as if they're like further away underwater.
Oh man.
Do you talk to Cersei at all?
I think Solon does, but I think he's like casting about for tiny little things to talk about.
Mm.
And it sounds really dumb. Like he's probably describing exactly like this is Lemurian wine, but it's okay. That's the one thing that they're good at. It has a bit of a kick to it if you have too much of it, and then
What-
it sort of trails off.
What little piece of magic does Cersei do like very well? Just kind of like something that you might find impressive that they just seem to like do casually.
Do like breathing.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think it's gonna be. I'm kind of reminded of the casual thing in the third Harry Potter movie where a waiter sweeps off a bottle, I think, and it just goes nowhere, like into hammer space.
Right.
And I think Cersei is really good at that sort of space manipulation stuff.
Awesome.
To a point that nobody would really notice it unless they were watching.
Right. It's
Like,
kind of
oh,
like
she picked
clean
that
up the
up
thing.
and
Yeah.
now it's gone.
Fantastic. I think it's evening time now. I think y'all are like around around a little campfire in your little cave there. And hey, if you're hanging out in the woods, you definitely see like the light and the smoke from the fire, so you know that they're hanging out with, and you see they're hanging out with some of these rope people. How is Ertu reacting to this situation?
I think he has enough common sense to know that maybe he should give Solon and Cersei a little bit of space. So he's like trying his best to carouse it up with the other rope people, and they're trying to have conversations with them.
Yeah, and they are quite lively. They are,
and being like, "So can you just like put your rope in the wine and like it absorbs up your rope fibers? That's pretty cool."
Oh, really?
And the distant speech is getting drunker and drunker.
Like slurred but and distant.
Yeah. I think at this point, I'm like, what? I'm really glad I didn't just kill you all like I almost did when you came up. We saw you coming to the beach, and we're like, what are these crazy things? And I almost just got the sword, cut those ropes. I'm so glad that I used the restraint I have learned from my comrades not to just jump straight to the killing.
And I think like they are in their spirits right now. And I think one of them kind of like it sounds like a couple of them are kind of like doing that weird underwater laughing. and one of them kind of like pulls the rope, and it looks like it just gets taut and maybe sharp. It's hard to tell. And just kind of like stumbles and like just slices one of the other ones through the middle.
Whoa!
And like the like they just like fall apart, and then the rope kind of like slithers back up, and they rejoin. And they're like, ta-da!
That's amazing. Can you teach me how to do that?
Like, okay, and they come at you. You can, if you don't want to get hit by a rope sword, you can easily block that or dodge that. Yeah, we can show you here. Slice.
No,
Now do it.
I'm not rope. I'm not rope, you guys.
I think Hay is watching this like is spying from a distance because really, really misses especially Ertu, and is like seeing them be really, really jovial and happy. And is like, oh, they don't even need me.
Yeah, what do you two like? Hay took off. Like, what do you think about that?
I mean, I definitely have just very hostile. I'm trying not to think of, hey, these are my new friends. It's definitely, I don't really think I'm showing it out. I haven't really had a heart-to-heart talk with anyone, so I think it's all internalized. But yeah, I'm definitely sort of.
Yeah, I imagine Solon's in the same way too. Like, I mean, obviously diving into, wait, how is Cersei back? But it's also, in a weird way, a welcome distraction from feeling sad about Hay leaving.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think earlier when in the conversation, when I was like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't cut you guys off. I think you catch it. I was thinking at some point, like, yeah, see, I tell you, I'm using that new restraint that that all my friends, everybody in the party taught me. Like Solon and Ampix. Anyway, yeah, more wine.
I think Hay also sees that Solon has the training sword that Hay.
Oh no!
I'm definitely like trying to spar with some of the rope people and teach them some tactics, get them up to speed.
They're like in the training grounds that we used to do it, and I think Hay been
Oh yeah.
by rope people.
These rope people are so much more damaging than the big bad.
We can take that out, but we cannot take these rope people.
I'm also very effusive with my praise. I'm like, wow, you guys are really fast.
Oh,
Kudos to
no.
you.
He's
Hey.
usually really hard on me. That's not fair.
Is Hay still just hanging out there?
Yeah, I think, but I think
Are-
he's like crying and maybe gonna run away soon.
Are you getting vexed?
Yeah, I'm vexed. How
Um,
to vex them, I'm not sure how.
I think. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure that this move applies unless they're actively doing it to you.
Yeah, they're not
Um,
I mean, I fully planned to vex Hay when our
Mhm.
next interactions, but I don't know Hay's there.
but I think you are going to mark a curse because of this.
maybe I should have an interaction with him because just for narrative. Curse. That's
Yeah.
all
Oh,
the ones I
no.
have.
Oh, look at that! It's a doom time.
Doom
So now I
time.
have one doom.
Yeah, and uncheck your curses.
I worked hard for those.
So you can pick a doom move or increase your favor with a chosen force.
Oh, shoot.
Look at that!
What-
I didn't read that before.
Remind me of the danger.
Oh, it's one or the other.
Yeah,
Oh, 5. I'm no longer my own person.
Yeah.
Um,
so
But
that's
also, if you take
also kind of
if-
doom.
If you check a doom, then you can take doom moves when you level up. Right?
Yes, yeah. Or you can take it. You check it when you you take it when you get it. I think you take it when you get the doom.
Oh, really? It's not a
Yeah.
level up choice.
do I want to be Wild Avenger or Bloodthirst?
Ooh.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
or that's how we have played it before. So that's when you get a doom, you use a doom move. But now that you say that, that makes more sense. Like you can start taking those as advances when you get a doom. But we're playing it this way, so you can take.
for
doom moves.
narrative, I kind of that Wild Avenger is good though.
Making the humans pay, yeah.
Make the humans pay. Make the humans pay. Yeah, okay, I'll do Wild Avenger. Well, I want to do like a Vex
Ooh.
version of Bloodthirst though, where I
Ooh.
like appear and like just am shitty to them.
You can definitely do that now if you want.
I think I run up, I throw the kelp on the fire. That is like I've had this
Ooh.
kelp over me, I run up and I throw it on the fire, and I was
So you guys see this kelp monster
Ah!
tear off its skin and like quench the fire with it because it's
No fire
wet
for you.
and a lot of it. And so now you're in the dark with this kelp monster with no skin.
oh shit. I didn't think
I'm like waving the practice sword around.
rope brigade assemble.
Was it dodge then, Perry? I'm
They're so
confused.
drunk also.
Oh yeah, we're all drunk.
I think Hayes was
A
like
couple of them like get tangled up with each other.
Hayes been sitting in the middle like ta-da, and they're all just kind of falling on each other.
No one has no, everybody's like off in different directions.
But yeah, I think you know Hay well enough that after a moment of confusion, it's like, oh, Hay is here. Hey, Hay.
Oh, hey, is here.
Hi.
I imagine we need to get some light going again.
Yeah,
once
you
we
can
kind of calm
you
down.
can
and-
you can do that pretty, or
yeah.
Cersei can do that really easily.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
They just like
Oh,
find
shit.
some light and just-
Brings
Oh, like
fire
her,
out of
the
nowhere.
rope is the torch now.
Yeah, the like starts off like in the hand, but then kind of like moves it around. So it's like, oh, it's just like hanging out here. This is the light torch.
Well,
cool.
shit. I kind of feel like there's not really much of another choice other than to do a Vex move here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
So when you want to hurt somebody emotionally, say how. Spend one or more of the hearts you have from them and roll plus that number.
I have one heart, so I'll reduce that to 0. I feel like once everybody realizes her, it's probably like, if it calms down. I don't know how Solon reacts. If he's like, hey, or whatever. I don't know.
No, I think he's kind of, I don't know, insecure and hurt about it too.
But I feel like there's this moment of silence, like everything calms down, everyone's just like everybody's really quiet of like, what's happening here? And then I think Ertu, like when Hay and Ertu were first bonding, becoming friends, when they first came to land or whatever, Ertu would be asking about Hay's former life, with the fishy people, and he would make sure he's like, no, the dolphins are not fishes, they're mammals. And so I think he was very conscious from that point on to not call them fish people anymore. And now when he sees her, he kind of looks at them, and first thing he says and breaks down, he's like, so have fun with your fish people. While the rest of us were fighting for our lives, defending a city. Looked like you were having fun out there in the ocean, jumping around with your fish friends, doing little loop-de-loops, splashing in the water. I thought we were family, but I guess we were just keeping you company till you went back to your real family. So, guess that's your home now. Maybe you should go back home, fishy big girl.
2 dice plus 1, please.
Won't matter what it is because I'm already vexed.
Oh,
An 8.
An 8. That is a measured success.
Truly.
You get to them and they retort. Each of you marks 1 mood, but they choose 2. They give you what they think you want. They fail to retort and you don't mark a mood. Or they create an opening with your friends. Roll +1 when acting out.
Love that we do this to each other. It's meant for NPCs.
Right. And so Hay chooses 2 of those, right?
Yes.
Oh, I definitely want to retort. What was
Mhm.
that? Sorry. Let me find the moves.
So you want to do the other 2 then. So you want to give or 2 what you think they want, but sounds like going away.
Yeah, I want to. I want to go. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna give them what they want.
And you're creating an opening, and your friends get to roll with +1 when acting on it.
Sure.
What does that look like?
I can I describe narratively what I'm feeling, and then maybe
Yeah.
I think I am like, don't worry, I am going back to them. I just came to warn you. And I think Hay steps a little bit forward, and you can see the like blades and Atlantean, like Hay now has like a dorsal fin. It's like Atlantean armor. And it's like,
Are they fused to you, or are you wearing them?
They're fused to me. Yeah, they like
Mm.
put them on me. And I think I just came to warn you that the waters aren't safe anymore for humans.
Cersei kind of ropes forward and
Back out here.
like, and are they safe for us?
What the hell are you?
I think I called you here.
We were called up.
So far, they can't touch you, it seems.
Hmm.
I called you here to keep my family from, and like looks out to the seas, indicating the dolphin family from my family, and looks at everyone here.
Choose your moods. I think, and this is the part where Cersei like kind of like throws their ropey arms up and is like, "Then do not worry, because we will protect you from whatever harm comes from the sea."
Oh no.
You're about to get on the kelp boat.
Ampix. Choose which moods you marked, by the way, while you're.
I chose despairing.
Nice. And this is going to give you a +1, probably against the dolphins.
I'm furious and despairing. No, bewildered and despairing.
Awesome.
Bewildered and despairing. Yeah, because I don't know where to go, and I'm sad.
So, Ampix, you're in the presence of gods, and you have one of their hearts. What do you do?
I think I finally feel calm. Like this is
happy place.
This is where I belong. Dealing with the gods. Yes, I will walk forward to the conclave and join. I'll probably stand closer to Zuz, and I will do some ritual greeting for all of them. So, you know, Zuz, I'll praise their name in song. I don't know. Well, maybe I'll just nod to the others. Honora and
You're cool.
Snowa.
Fuck you.
Yeah. I'd be like,
Fuck you, Smila.
yeah.
We're
still here.
And I guess Zeus is the one that speaks to you and says, "You come bearing the heart of a god." Snake. I'm a snake. I'm a snake. You come bearing the heart of a god. Do you intend to heal him or replace him?
I love the idea that Zuz is like high camp,
Oh,
high art.
I'm a snake.
we should all be surfers and valley girls. Well, this is like totally for healing. No. I'm here to wait, wasn't this a mission? Didn't we have the mission from Zuz to get the heart? Or is this just something like
Yeah, you definitely did.
Yeah. Yes. I am here to heal Rook. Oh,
Right.
replace him. No, I'm here to replace to
replace heal, replace.
Yes. I'm here to heal Rook and put right things that were put wrong by humans. Like
she nods to you, and the three of them take a step back.
But first, as a favor, I do this for the Pantheon, and wish to learn your secrets.
Ooh. What secrets? We have many, and this is just saying we, because two heads.
Yeah. I wish to know the origin of the gods and of their ending. One question for each head.
And I think I think the way Zeus imparts knowledge is by striking still.
Yeah.
And one of the heads, the one of the heads strikes you on the shoulder, and you get this, sort of get this flush of the the gods coming out of chaos, basically. I think the Atlantean sorcerer priests kind of conjured them out of chaos. And then when the Atlanteans' hubris became too great, the gods struck them down and sank their civilization. And like I think they kind of like, they summoned them initially as kind of like you would beseech the gods to do something, but instead of treating them as children of chaos and powers to respect, they started treating them as servants, basically. And then they're like, you just made us gods, and now you're gonna talk shit to us? Sink. And so that's how they came about and wiped the Atlanteans off the earth. And then the other one, kind of like after you come back from that vision, with great production values, the also claymation. The other one kind of rears back to strike, and then instead of biting you, it just kind of like looks at you and says, "We cannot see our own end, but you will bring it about." And by you, she means humans.
Oh, okay.
Our friendship.
Maybe you specifically.
I think Epic does that like me.
No, not you specifically. I mean, maybe. I mean, you're holding Rook's. You can murder Rook right now if you want.
You get that like, wait, only I can prevent forest fires? only me?
Only I can set forest fires.
A lot of responsibility on one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are freebies. No beseeching needed for those.
Okay. Well then I start to climb up Rook's giant ebony cat body.
Mm-hmm.
And replace the heart.
Yeah.
Shove it down his throat.
I do want to do like just one more thing. But I can't think of anything. I've been watching too much Poker Face.
Too much Columbo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you place, and like when you place the heart, it kind of grows to the correct size and just sort of like sinks into Rook's chest.
Like really thick carpets.
Yes, very nice.
Do I have anything on myself of mine that I can just like drop in there?
You can be
What do I
bonded
have?
with the god forever.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
And
Put
I think
yourself in there.
you can when you do that, there's an inhalation that kind of lifts you up, and you hear just a cacophony out in the outer chambers, like oh, like maybe some shit was supposed to happen that wasn't happening, and now it's happening. And Zuz, says, we've told you our secrets here, and we thank you. And they kind of sparkle off. And Anur
Goodbye.
says, what would you, what realm would you like Anur to hit you with? Harvest Stars, knowledge, writing?
I think knowledge.
Knowledge, yeah. What form does that take?
Anur. It's here that Anur's concept is knowledge, history.
Yes.
So, would it be too much to see the forging of the sword that I have been exposed to a lot of times?
Yeah. So basically, you get that vision of the whole scene that we saw, the forging and all that stuff. And it's like later that month that the floods come. That was like very close to the end, and so you get kind of like the history from the forging of the sword to the end of Atlantis. And then Anur kind of sparkles off. Smila approaches you.
Oh no.
And looks at the hole where the heart is, and says to you, and now you know what an Atlantean sword can truly do. And I will keep my side of the bargain. And puts her hand on your chest, and there's some music that happens non-diegetically, some swelling, and when she pulls away and sparkles off, there is a mirror inset in your solar plexus where that was. And then Rook finally arises, and kind of like as Rook sits up, the Rook kind of shrinks to human size to face you, and Rook, pronouns. Rook.
Can I offer something? Just I have the idea that like Rook, as he shrinks, it's not just like him shrinking, but like he's losing mass. That's becoming more like black cats.
Yeah.
That's becoming more of his.
Yeah, great. I love that.
That's where cats come from.
That's where cats come from. And Rook says in a deep purr, there's no boon I can give you that is worthy of your deeds. You could have taken my heart for yourself and become the new god of death, whatever that means for you. But you have my eternal thanks, and this is clearly not your time. So
Beautiful.
awaken, and just kind of like puts his hand like over your face like that, and when the hand goes away, there's just a field of stars, and the smell of an ocean breeze.
Full of stars.
Like a Bath and Body Works candle.
Yeah. And the sound of hubbub around the campfire.
Yeah.
And
Another troll monster. Kill it. Kill it.
and as the god of death springs back to life, the rope sailors are like, and we will defend you from the dolphins, and they just all collapse into heaps of rope.
Oh man.
Which is probably really upsetting to Solon.
Yeah, I think Solon is just like fetal and holding the ropes.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like a snap moment. Like they start unraveling, and Cersei's just like, "What?"
Oh,
So
I don't feel so good, Mr. Solon.
After our last after our last scene where I vexed Hay, has Hay like turned to start to leave, or what's Hay doing at this moment?
Sorry. What was that?
Have you turned to start to leave now?
Yeah, I think I started walking away.
And okay, perfect. Because I think at that point, Ertu's a bit. It's like, fuck, they're leaving again. And just he's not in his right mind now. Yeah, which I just said, please go home, you filthy fish person. I think Ertu, like, I guess Solon and would be the one who sees this. And I think he sees Ertu reach and pull his sword out and hold it high above his head. And then he just throws his sword, which sticks into the wall of the cave right next to Hay and goes, and he says, take that back to the ocean. I don't want anything to do with anything from the ocean. Can't trust anything from the ocean.
Oh shit.
And walks out of the cave towards the shore.
And trips over Ampix.
Maybe,
Runs into Ampix. Why is it like an Ampix for not being around when things are bad?
That's a great place to end. So I think we're going to end there.
Good. Yeah, I'm going to drop that sword in the ocean.
Ooh, all right.
I think you see, like, after he does that, he says his piece, and as he walks towards the camera out of the cave, as soon as he's past Hay, he kind of looks back at the sword and is like, just keeps walking.
Just the end of the Titanic movie.
It's a rash action he's already regretting.
Your sword's gone.
Awesome. So we'll start off there next time.
Cool.
And we'll have your Ampix is out next time, right?
No. It's August.
Oh, August 10th. Okay, yeah. I know how time works. I know how time works. Yeah.
What did you? I was confused because you said August 3/10.
Yes.
August 3rd
yes.
and it's August 10th.
3rd and
Yes.
10th.
Got
it.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
there's two. I wasn't sure if that was a range.
Oh
or
yeah.
what
Yeah.
was going on.
3/10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 1/3 of August.
I'm going August 3/10.
All right, let's do stars and wishes, starting with Heath. Go left or right.
Not really any wishes other than I realized towards the end of the game, it's not like I really had a chance, to be fair. But I remembered my XP questions. I was like, yeah, she's already done this. So I did manage, I think, to cram one of them in before the end of the game.
Oh yeah, let's do XP before stars and wishes. Sorry, I totally spaced on that again. So yeah, Ertu, did you decide who lived and died?
Barely, I think, because I really was, at the moment the rope people came about, it seriously was like, do I just fucking take some of these fuckers out or give them a
Mhm.
chance to speak? And ended up holding my sword and letting them speak. So that was like real close to an unnecessary slaughter. I'm going to say yes
Cool.
on that.
I don't think you had any consequences of your actions here, and I don't think you defended against world forces unless you think
Definitely
otherwise.
not that. No, the only consequence possibly is if you count kind of Hayes' response to my vexing them.
Ooh, if you think that counts, take it.
I mean, I do because it's kind
Yeah.
of that's because it's definitely like none of that is what Ertu actually feels or wants.
Yeah.
And then especially when Hay, in giving me what I want, was going to leave,
hmm
then that was definitely like, shit, that's not what I actually
Oh,
want.
yeah, yeah.
Nice.
What I said I wanted. So yeah, I'll go ahead and take that one. I feel good about it.
Cool.
But
So
definitely
on, did chaos change you?
I don't feel like it did. I feel like, unless you count the chaos of the rope, well, the rope people was more like beseeching, like the spirits, I think.
hmm
Um, yeah, I don't really feel like Solon was active enough to get any of these questions.
I think you could probably make a case for helping others to see how old and strange the world is, because those
Yeah.
the rope people were
Like just on the strength of how weird all of that was.
yeah.
Like I don't it does feel like stretching it a bit in that like
Yeah.
Solon was not actively responsible for it, but this
Mhm.
was really, really weird.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
so go
needs
ahead and
to
take that
show
one.
up in the XP somewhere. Okay, so
Yeah.
that fills out my XP.
And that bumps you up, so you can take an
Yeah.
advance. Look at that.
I'll look things over as we talk.
Cool. Ampix, did you demonstrate the power of your god?
I don't know. I mean, no one else was there. What did I? Yeah. I don't think so.
All right.
Yeah.
Did your divine powers distance you from your friends? Probably yes.
Oh. I was gonna say,
Um,
yeah, I don't know. Definitely the last one. Did you gain
Yeah.
greater understanding?
cool. Yeah,
Uh,
it's your call. So
Yeah,
take one or two, whichever you think.
yeah, yeah. I think I'll just take the one
Cool.
right now.
And hey, did you help others see the heartbreaking beauty of the wilds?
No, but I did the other two.
Did the ways of wild animals seem unkind to you? Yeah.
Yes.
Did you struggle with your need for a human relationship?
I
A little bit.
struggled. I put on
Yeah.
a kelp outfit.
Oh, my
I've
cow.
got-
I don't know. You know what? Honestly, and I'm not just saying this as a like just trying to get you more points, but that first one I thought kind of applied with the whole cool kelp ship and rope people because we like.
That was more of a spirits thing, though.
Spirits.
Oh, it's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
I was
That was
keeping you
that was
from the
100%,
wild.
100% spirits.
I like. I was like, oh, I didn't do much this episode. And I was like, oh, I made a boat that was spinning.
They had a boat full of creepy
I
rope
did
people.
plenty. Crazy people.
I
So
pulled
have
a couple of spirits that were dead that were not getting used yet until they got called back.
yeah. And then when you get XP, you can add a move or
Yeah, you can bump up one of your approaches by one, or you can choose a new move, and you can choose from the yellow moves as well. If you,
Just
yeah,
in a very meta analyzing system game, because I know we all love the system. Like every time I've leveled up, I just kind of feel like taking a move is the way to go because of how having higher approach isn't necessarily a good thing. I mean, it's like you want there's such a narrow little 3-point window that's a perfect success. It's like bumping your approach up to 3 is not like necessary. I mean,
you can bump your lower ones up to kind of
that's
open
true.
open
To
your
have
range of.
I mean, I'm sure I will
Yeah.
take an approach at some point, but early on, at least, it seems
but
like
the moves are
the way
also
to go.
really
Yeah.
cool. The moves
Yeah.
are cool. Cool. Let's pop back to you're in the middle of your wishes then.
Yeah, just I mean, again, not really any wishes because I did think about my XP questions, and I was just like, narratively, there wasn't a great.
Yeah.
I mean, I ended up getting 2 of them, so I guess that's not bad. But that was kind of
it worked out.
That was kind of It was. I was thinking about it at the end a little bit of trying, which is a good thing. I mean, just all the usual stars all around. I love watching everybody play their characters and all of our relationships together. Particularly, I think a particular standout star for me was like doing the world scene. It's like I feel like this group it's so cool to creatively collaborate with this group like that, where we all create a scene together and everyone's like adding in cool details and cool things that happen, and it's just fun to do that with everybody. I feel like just everybody always has cool, fun input on that. I see for me.
Cool. Who's next? Peter.
Yeah, definite stars for that opening unseen. That was really cool. And watching it loop around to here's where the sword is from, here's where humanity came from, here's what doomed the Atlanteans. It was great starting from that small point and then working out all of these things about the backstory. And then reincorporating that was just perfect. A definite star for like I am so scattered right now. So like people bearing with me as I was like, I can't think of anything about Cersei right now. Let's just kind of go in a holding pattern until I get it. And I liked a star for just Solon having a shitty time. both finding other ways for the character to be and having a nice contrast to his almost casual triumph over Donaphan.
Donut sloth.
Yeah, things I want to see. I'd really like to do a lot more magic. Just I'm enjoying the chaos of that, and I got to figure out another move to take. I'm probably going to choose imps, but it feels like that is. It feels like that always does something fun and interesting. Yeah, and I guess a wish is also like, now that we've done the ostensible big thing of returning the heart to Rook, I feel like there's other dominoes on the side, on the like unforeseen consequences on the other side of that. And I'm really eager to see like this moment of, yay, we've all reunited and we all did a good thing. Oh no, oh no. That turnaround is what I'm looking forward to. And I think
Consequences.
for me. Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, I think stars for everyone making good narrative choices that I'm sure won't ever come back to haunt us or cause problems. Yeah, no, it just like as has been said about the world scene, just the collaboration is just really great. I was telling someone the other day about like how nice it is just to be like, I don't have a hit for this. Like, what do you guys think? Like, you got anything? Yeah, so stars all around for that. For wishes, yeah, no, I'm just curious what will happen next. Yeah, seems like we've got a lot of a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
I do like it is funny. It's like, yeah, we put the world right. Like no one seems to be getting along right now.
Everybody's on fire.
You know, like it's just very funny to be like, oh, remember there was that one I think it was a season of Buffy where they defeated the big bad in the second to last episode of the season, and then the last episode was them just having a sleepover and all having like bad nightmares. So I just feel like the zoom on our left of like, hey, look, we're on the island. Like, Hay and Urtu are fighting. Solon has just like re-experienced the loss of a loved one, and Ampix has secrets now to keep from people. Probably. Just like, yeah, no, this is like we won, but like this is not good.
Yeah.
Our situation. Yeah. So I'm excited to see where that goes.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you. And Nick.
Yeah, echoing what others said.
The controller video device.
I made a mistake and said,
Don't say the E word.
I said her name.
Summoned her.
I like that it's a really big world and there's a lot to draw from if I run out of things. And I like that how much we do yes and with one another, where I was like, I don't know what kind of boat spirits make. hey, they can only they're in the water, so then from there it kind of made all the
It's like the boat from a video game where you're only supposed to be down here, but you're like
you hop on top of it and you're like,
clip
"Oh,
off to the wrong side. They're like, they didn't finish this.
you didn't finish this boat." But then it became this like really Miyazaki thing, which I really love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's also helping me not plan too far ahead with Hey, because I'm like the tension is there. But then I was like, oh, now it's time to confront Urtu. Oh, yep, we did that. Okay. Now I have this sword. I have to figure out what that means. And then yeah, wishes are to continue. I guess actually another star I have, sorry for being so scattered, is that we were all apart and it was okay. Like the story was still there. It wasn't like, yeah, but I want to do this and I want to do that. It was like, actually, we're all holding the same story, even though we're in different scenes, and that was really neat. Yeah, and then I just want to continue kind of playing with the relationships that I have with each of the characters, while also dealing with my family.
Yeah, I was just looking at the wishes from last time, and we hit all of them. We did the mechanics. I have less bulletproof Solon, Cersei? Question mark. Figure out what Epix's deal is. Get everyone back together and reunite Hey and have some tough choices. So yeah, yes, all around. Did it?
Oh yeah, we saw Solon's soft side.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, stars. That was cool to see Solon just like crumple. That was really cool. And yeah, like how does Ampix deal with being in weird places that could be very dangerous? That was cool. Seeing like kind of almost like seeing the world through Hay's eyes was really fun. Kind of following them along and making them be like, oh yeah, I'm just swimming around in the sea. I'll make a giant fucking weird Miyazaki boat. And you get to do it. Different game than the last one we played.
I like that you gave the prompt of like, how do you protect your friends? They're in a boat.
Yeah, they're in a boat. They're in a boat. So, and just following that, like, from how do they get back to the island without getting killed by dolphins to there's a rope animation of your old apprentice that and but like every step of the way making sense. It was really cool. Yeah, and then Urtu's big thing at the end is just like, oh yes. great stuff. Wishes. Yeah, just find out what happens next. I think for me, there's a lot of things on the table we can play with, so play with them.
I love that we're making bad choices and pissing each other off.
Yeah, not just like getting more in trouble with other people, like getting more in trouble with each other is really fun.
Yeah,
I remember early on, I'm pretty sure I specifically said, man, I just don't know how we'd ever use that Vex move. And I was like, hey,
each other
right here's how we use that Vex move.
Yeah, you can do it to NPCs.
That's true. Yeah,
I think one time we vexed an NPC.
Yeah, before murdering them.
But they were good in Vex.
And then hurt your spleen.
Cool. Anything else before the stream goes away?
bye stream.
Okay, bye internet. We'll see you next time.